Hi guys, this is Hector. Today is Tuesday, the 18th of December 2007. It's late in the evening. Actually, I didn't record any live video today because, well, basically all the trade plans that I was following today, well, one by one, one after the other one, they all got violated, and therefore I got no valid entry. All the setups, like I said, that I was following, got basically all spoiled throughout the London session, especially during the first half of the London session. I knew for a fact within the first 3 hours of my trading shift today that I was probably not to get any trade whatsoever. Anyway, let me review those setups for you. First of all, I was following the GBP against the Canadian dollar, probably the best looking of all of them, for a possible London open breakout type of trade. We had been seeing throughout the week clearly, price action moving downwards as per the last 3 days, making lower highs and lower lows, throughout the overnight session, throughout the Tokyo session, I was spotting this flat bottom triangle, okay, a leaning triangle, building pressure up on this double bottom. Okay, the level to keep an eye on was the 20200, 20220 actually. This is the double bottom I'm talking about, okay, which was formed by yesterday's low. Then it got retested yet again tonight, very early in the morning. Well, basically as the London was opening, what I was hoping to see is a breakout to the downside in order to search for short entries, meaning that, well, the downtrend mood that we've been seeing throughout the week would actually continue. Instead, what we've seen is a breakout to the upside rather early in the morning, like I say, and as this momentum breakout took place, basically I canceled the whole thing. I wanted to see a momentum breakout to the downside. Okay, we had 2 nice bearish days, okay, both on last Friday and yesterday Monday, and I would have liked to see a third one. Instead of that, actually, if we have a look at the daily chart, this being the open for the day, this being the low, this being the high, and right now the close is right there. So if you link that up, what you get is some sort of a spinning top, okay, spinning top, doji, whatever. As an individual daily bar, meaning which always signifies confusion or simply sideways price action. All right, what I'm seeing is that it seems like we are forming now a triple bottom of that level that I was following, the 20200, sorry. And the moving averages are still pointing down, and once again we keep making lower highs. So if tomorrow morning, whenever the London market opens up, if I see that this situation remains unchanged, and we see more or less throughout the overnight session a sideways price action, I'm gonna be looking for a breakout to the downside. All right, but like I said, for the time being, I will let this setup go until tomorrow. Moreover, I was following the Australian dollar against the Canadian dollar on the actually, let me remove the auto scroll feature. The Australian dollar against the Canadian dollar on the 30-minute chart, pretty much the same thing. Another downtrending week, okay, clearly making lower highs and lower lows, and those moving averages pointing down. Moreover, we were seeing a very nice sideways overnight range throughout the Tokyo session, and as usual, I was looking for a breakout to the downside. It broke to the upside, running about 60 pips to the upside, and I basically canceled the whole thing once this range that I'm marking right now, okay, broke to the upside in rather high momentum, to be honest. So at that time, this setup also got spoiled. Furthermore, GBP against the Australian dollar, for a setup on the hourly time frame. Another setup that was looking rather nice, okay, with this nice swinging formation, all right, right off the dynamic area of support in this case, also making lower lows, higher lows, higher highs. Sorry guys, it's late in the evening and I just cannot coordinate my thinking anymore. So in the overnight session we saw a retracement back to the dynamic area of resistance, just as we saw yesterday, the same phenomenon, and the day before that. Okay, basically what I was hoping to see is basically the same phenomenon. At the end of the day, trading and technical analysis is nothing but spotting recurrent patterns, okay, repetitive patterns throughout the past the past price action, and try to reproduce the same outcome, and therefore try to squeeze some profit out of the same market behavior. Okay, so as I'm saying, during the last few days what we saw is a nice impulse up in the London and New York session, followed by a retrace throughout the Tokyo session. London market opens up, bang, thrust up for almost 200 pips, then another retrace in the overnight session. London market opens up, bang, another 200 pips to the upside. And well, basically I was waiting to look for the same type of price action as London market would open up. Instead of that, actually what we saw, well, have a look, it didn't even bounce of it, okay, it didn't even try to begin a whole new swing. In fact, as the London market opened right there, it broke through the dynamic area of resistance, support, almost nearing the territory of the 100 moving average, and running over 100 pips to the downside, and therefore it gave me no chance whatsoever to search for a trade. Okay, like I say, as the London market opened up, it drove straight through against my trade plan. Okay, another nice setup that was looking rather nice for a London Open breakout type of trade was the euro against the Canadian dollar. Also basically the same type of setup. Okay, lower highs, lower lows throughout the last few days, followed by a rather nice and well-defined horizontal price action, forming this double bottom, very similar formation that what we've seen the first setup that I showed you in this video, which was the GBP against the Canadian dollar. In this case is the euro against the Canadian dollar. We were forming a double bottom of the 144 double low level, and as usual I was expecting, not expecting, you cannot expect nothing on Forex, you never know what might happen. What I was hoping to see in order to search for a trade was basically a breakout to the downside. Instead of that, we got a breakout to the upside, and not much I could do about it, and that happened like all the other setups within the first 2-3 hours of the London session. So basically it gave me very early in the morning I knew that the whole thing was it was gonna be a quiet day. And finally, the other setup that I was following was the euro against the CHF on the 30 minutes chart. Nice downtrend. Okay, have a look at those moving averages. Nicely swinging off the dynamic area of resistance over the throughout the Tokyo session. What we saw is a retracement back to the dynamic area of resistance. I was spotting, let me squeeze in a little bit my chart. I was spotting this sideways price action, okay, this range here, and I was hoping to see a breakout to the downside of this range in the direction of the moving averages in order to search for my typical breakout pullback continuation entry pattern below this round number 165.50, and in order to search for sure entry, hoping to ride a new swing in the direction of the main trend. Instead, well, as you can see, it broke through against my intentions, against my desired direction, and therefore another setup that I had to cancel. So basically those were the 5 setups that I was following today. All of them got spoiled pretty early in the morning, and by noon London time I was pretty much done with my trading session, because like I say, all the setups that I had on my watch list had been violated by then. All right, guys, that's all for today. I will be seeing you tomorrow on the website. Bye bye.